Welcome back, everyone. This is the Keys to the Big House with one more national championship to give out. Pro Lights are on the line, and Tony Bachhoven is among the madness.
Lots of anticipation down here as you see Cowboy making his way down. Jarrett Brooks, who will go from the 4th spot, has a comfortable points lead over CJ Greaves. Today is his day to wrap up his Pro Light Championship. The flagman is on his way up into the stand as we get ready to see them go. Here are the engine RPMs come. They're creeping forward, waiting for the waving green. Sean Morris gets a bit of a lead on him as they head down the long straightaway.
Well, look at that land rush start, and a lot of the early mud we saw is now turned to dust, which is just amazing.
Wow, look at this. All these, wow. And a big crash mid-pack. Oh, end over end, and look who's involved.
Keegan Kincaid there. We'll have to see who it was that went end over end. Now we'll see if we go full course yellow with a crash of that magnitude at the start.
Oh,
big disappointment for Keegan Kincaid. Red flag on the course. Well, Keegan Kincaid got wrapped up. And again, we're going to have to check into who went sideways there and upside down. Check out the replay here.
Not sure exactly what happened. So many trucks, trying to fit in the same spot. It's the 11 of Randy Ella, and man, you see the flag is running up, and that's just a product of so many trucks trying to get in the same spot.
Well, Eller goes for a ride. We'll check in on the rest. Rolling start when we come back. This is TORC, the Off-Road Championship presented by AMSOIL. Here we go, rolling start for our Pro Lights after that crash with Randy Eller. He is out of the truck and okay, but the race is on again. And this time they get through a little bit easier.
Great start there for the number 27, Sean Morris. Gets a clean jump, and can you believe this, Tess? We've seen dust. This track was, and Morris bicycle, several trucks there. It looks like Doug Mittag as well, on 2 wheels. So apparently right now you can tell the track has changed for these guys, and they're still searching for grip.
Oh, unbelievable that it was so muddy they couldn't actually race yesterday. Now it's dusty. We see the number 77 of Jarrett Brooks with the number 33 of CJ Greaves right behind him. There you see them, Brooks, Mittag, and Greaves. Well, you almost saw him through the dust. Remember, the number 77 of Brooks, this is his championship to lose. For more on Jarrett Brooks, we'll go down to Christy Lee.
Thanks, guys. Caught up with the crew of Jarrett Brooks in between the break in racing. They're definitely playing it safe going into this, saying it's obviously a numbers race. Spotting is very important now. They're keeping an eye on CJ Greaves after a successful finish in the first Pro Light race of the day.
And this is the thing, you really need to play a smart race when you have a decent lead. But mathematically, CJ Greaves can still beat him. There's a big field of trucks, and we've already seen the kind of chaos that goes on, Grant.
Well, Jarrett Brooks, he's in a tough position because you want to play offense, but you got to play defense at the same time. He's got the only guy that can beat him is right behind him right now. He could let CJ Greaves through, and he can still have this title. But it's really hard to tell a racer that's born and bred to win races to tell him, hey, you know what? We got to play this safe. You got to tone it down. It's the hardest thing to tell a racer.
But this is 8 laps of hard racing around a tough track. And we know that at any moment something could go wrong with that truck. And if it does go wrong and CJ Greaves manages to push his way through and get a win or a good placing, that could end a championship run.
Yeah.
And Jarrett Brooks really is very deserving of this. He has played hard and fast all season long, so consistent, such a good racer.
I love that little logo that came across the screen there. 10 podiums. That is it. Oh, and look at this, CJ up the inside. Oh, a little how's your father right there. Just gave Jarrett Brooks a little push up in the cushion.
Rubbin's racing, and see what happened in the corner there with that Rubbin. You saw a little puff of smoke come off the back of Jarrett Brooks' vehicle. So maybe a little bit of tire wear. These are the danger signs, because if that goes in a little too far, cuts the tire down, that could end your day and your championship run. CJ Greaves there making the charge. He is trying to get a big gap on Jarrett Brooks, but Brooks right now holds the keys to the kingdom. Can he win it all here in Crandon? Find out when we come back. back to Torque, the off-road championship presented by AMSOIL. This is the keys to the big house from Crandon, Wisconsin. Our Pro Light trucks are on the course now, a championship in the offing. But Sean Morris so far has led this race very convincingly. For more on Sean, let's check in with Tony Bachhoven.
Well, guys, the best Sean has run was in our third round at Charlotte. He finished third. In the last 9 races, he hasn't even been on the box. What's impressive is today he could vest his third place finish and get his first Pro Truck feature win.
And the way he's driving right now, he's on his way to doing that because he's got the best of the best in the business behind him. Oh, look at CJ, look at that right rear. That's a flat tire. So this is working perfectly into Sean Morris's hands because right now, Travis Dinsmore, who's had a fantastic day so far, he gets around. And CJ, well, at this point, it's damage control. He's trying to win a title. He cannot pull off because Jared Brooks, the points leader, the 16-year-old phenom, is now alongside him. And it basically came down. CJ has to try and win this race. With a flat test, this is going to be a nightmare.
Well, 1 lap to go now for Sean Morris. Could this be his first truck win? This is a great turnup, but disaster for CJ Greaves. Remember, CJ Greaves already won in our Pro 2-wheel drive category. He has a national championship under his belt. This one, well, this is, of course, for Jarrett Brooks to win the championship. But I'm looking at Sean Morris's race. The fact that he held off the charge of Jarrett Brooks, CJ Greaves, Doug Mittag, Keegan Kincaid, the 4 guys that were in contention coming into Crandon, and held them off so convincingly. He has over a 3.5 second lead right now.
Well, right now, look at that. Jarrett Brooks, the young 16-year-old, has got this championship in the bag because guess what? The only guy that could beat him was CJ Greaves, who's got that right rear going down. Jarrett passes him. He knows. It's all over right now.
It's all mine, yeah. So Jarrett Brooks works his way down the hill. He just has a couple more corners to go. But Sean Morris, what a fantastic drive for him here at the big house. This was about as big a drive as he could have possibly imagined. When he woke up this morning, I don't think he even imagined he'd be in this position. But this is a great race, wire to wire for Sean Morris. He's just got to get around this corner for the checkered flag. And he does it. Morris wins in Crandon in Pro Light.
His first win ever in the Pro Light. He's got to be stoked. Look at him right now. He doesn't even want to stop racing.
Some trouble here. And this was for Brad Lovell. Take a look at this. Bicycles his way into the corner. Can't save it. He ends up all the way back on his roof. He was okay, got out of the car, and managed to walk away from this one, but was running so well up until that point. But this was all about Sean Morris and his first win in a Torque truck, and it happened here at the big house. And I guarantee you he is anxious to talk to Christy Lee.
The energy down here is absolutely unreal, guys. Absolutely. Congratulations, number 27, Sean Morris, your first career Pro Truck win. What's going through your head right now, winning on a platform like here at Crandon?
Yes, this is the first place I got my win back in Superbugging in 2009. First win in the Pro Truck. Finally, 5 years. There's so much emotion here. All these guys know how hard I've been fighting for this for years. I'm the old guy of the class, and no one could touch me.
I feel honored to say congratulations to number 27, Sean Morris. Congrats, man.
Pure emotion. Yes. You gotta love that. I love that. A grown man in tears. How phenomenal.
Wow, so much emotion there, and deservedly so. Sean Morris gets his first win in Pro Light. Dinsmore, also a great result, but Jarrett Brooks managed to take third on the day, and from the 43-year-old Morris to the 16-year-old Jarrett Brooks, winning his first championship in Pro Light.
Jarrett, this is a huge accomplishment for you and your team. It's been a great season, a lot of strong racing, and obviously some strong racing again today here at Crandon. Congratulations on your Pro Light championship.
Oh, you know, this is my dream to do, and we Came into TORC this year, and you know, we came in to get some wins, and you know, I would never thought I would have came home with a championship, and we came with one today. You know, we had like a 21-point gap coming into this race, and the track was dry. You know, I didn't want to make any stupid mistakes, and you know, the guys in front of me were going at it, and you know, I was just trying to stay back, trying to just get this championship, and you know, CJ just blew my doors off, and so I was like, all right, let him go, and then you know, I saw Keegan, so I let him go too, and I was just racing smart, and then. You know, I saw them getting collected up. You know, Doug and CJ got both flat tires, so they got me up on this box, and Cooper tires were just hooking up. Rigid Industries Replay, Maxima, Fox Shocks, and you know, my whole family. You know, Jesse Heisey made this truck awesome this year, and you know, I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for him. So I'm super pumped.
2014 Pro Light champion number 77 Jared Brooks in the books here at Crandon.